Hi, I'm Sue, and I'm a master herbalist here at Herbs for You. Today I'm going to talk to you about comfrey. Comfrey is a healing plant that has a misguided reputation. It's known as the king among herbs. Both the leaf and the root are medicinal. So the first use of comfrey dates back to 50 AD, when the plant was used for broken bones and to heal wounds. For centuries, comfrey was considered safe for medicine and food. Those who have seen comfrey in action describe what sounds like a wound healing miracle. Whether it's a skin problem, bones, cartilage, or tendons, comfrey appears to mend tissue together and often erases scars. So one of its names, a folk name, is called knitbone. It was used by the Native Americans very extensively when they got broken bones or any kind of joint discomfort. You can find all kinds of information about it. So I've looked up in the National Institute of Health, and which is pubmed.gov, and I've found the extensive uses of comfrey. So it is a very, very good herb, and it has a lot of medical backing. So researchers have found and identified a compound in comfrey. It's called allantoin. Allantoin makes cells grow, and it gives rise to new collagen, connective tissue, and bone. So you can actually observe the plant and see how it works. If you cut comfrey all the way down to the root, it regenerates very quickly. So the entire plant will regenerate very quickly in a short amount of time, and that is actually how it works at the cellular level. So in the 1980s, it had a real change in the reputation of comfrey. It took a drastic turn. Researchers discovered the compound in the plant called pyrrolizidine, I think I pronounced that right, alkaloid, and it damaged rat livers in their experiments. So consumers panicked, and regulators banned all comfrey products from internal use. When considering the evidence used to justify the scare, it seems like a bit of an overreaction. So while comfrey does contain trace amounts of I'll call them PAs, they're pyrrolizidine alkaloids, studies did not involve realistic dosages of the whole herb. So trials focused on rats, where they injected isolated alkaloids, not the whole plant, and they fed enormous amounts of comfrey extract, or very concentrated portions. They were baby rats, and they were given the equivalent of many times their weight. And I do have an article here. It says that it would, for a human being, it would require eating approximately 100 grams of comfrey leaf every day, based on each large leaf measuring an average of 60 centimeters, which would make 5 to 6 large leaves a day. Therefore, in order to reach the dosage level at which the test showed that change in liver function occurred, it would take a man 48 years. So liver damage would result at around 150 years. So all of the testing that they did on comfrey led people to use comfrey externally only, and that was the recommendations. Very stern recommendations that it caused liver damage, possible cancer, and to only use it externally. One study was published in the Journal of Science, and it found that comfrey was less carcinogenic than beer. The PAs in the leaf, the larger mature leaves contain less PAs than the smaller younger leaves, and Russian comfrey contains higher concentration of PAs. So there really are only a few cases known of liver damage, and one happened to be a lady that took very high levels of comfrey over several years. And in other cases, there were too few of details or other incriminating factors. Pharmaceutical drugs were involved as well. So personally, I'm very comfortable using comfrey. It's a wonderful herb, And if you're worried about it, I would read up on it. Go to the National Institute of Health. You can take a look and see what you can find. If you would have liver damage existing, I'd probably stay away from it, or pregnant or nursing. But herbs are very safe if used properly. So if you think about it, Tylenol is very hard on the liver. So just be smart. Don't take ridiculously high doses for long periods of time, which would be like over 4 months. There's no need to take it any longer than that, because Comfrey works fast, and you have a high speed recovery from it. Here at Herbs for You, Comfrey is contained in several of our products. We have a Sunburn Spray here. Since Comfrey is very good for the skin, this is an excellent product to put on the skin after a sunburn. And we also have it in a skin toner. Again, since it's a good, it also contains chickweed, which is another good thing for skin. Our Cure-All Salve has Comfrey in it, as well as our Liniment and our bone and tissue powder. And you'll see on the side of the bone and tissue powder that it says it's not for internal use and it's for educational purposes only. And that is why we write that on there. We have to be compliant with the FDA, and they do not recommend it internally. But I just suggest that you do your own research and find out for yourself. So stop in at Herbs for You and take a look at some of our products with Comfrey.